Hey, Nick put me on his story. Pretty cool. All right.
There
I
you
was too
go.
busy. I was too busy panicking. I didn't even. I did get the notification. It's just again too busy panicking to.
No need to panic. It's all
Yeah.
okay.
Every little thing is gonna be alright.
Exactly. Exactly.
Don't worry.
God.
Makes me wonder if he's story stock. Those bucks have been story stalking me, and I'm thinking, luckily I haven't posted anything too embarrassing, but shit, man. I'm just thinking, did he see me
I
talk
mean,
about Matt? Okay, good. No, he didn't. Because
perfect.
Nick,
I was gonna
oh,
say perfect time to start
oh,
this being wild.
yeah. Because Nick always sees when I'm talking about Matt. Like every time I'm like, oh, I love this man, referring to Matt. And then I'm like, oh, I love him so much. And then Nick sees it. I'm like, dude, I love you too. But now he probably doesn't think so because big sigh.
It's all gonna be a-okay.
Oh,
My guy, I
yes.
promise.
I know. Did you see my did you see my little lower thirds?
Yes, I'm the reason we're late.
I'm the
Trying to
reason.
fix.
Yeah, I told you I'm gonna change it up every week. So
No,
yeah.
that makes it fun though. Like I like that.
Yeah. It's like, oh, what's it gonna be this time? It gives me like the Hangman vibes, like on his lower thirds. Doesn't know my
Same.
flight's already canceled, or sad, like sad Utah man stuff like that. That's what we
Exactly.
can do
So
while we're being. I'm so glad though. I am so glad I wrote down my picks like earlier this week and today because my picks do involve stuff from Dynamite. But
of
I
course.
was like, oh my god, imagine if I did it. Well, I mean, I probably could have used the BS time to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely could have figured it out. I had
Actually,
faith
you
in
know what I
you.
need to. Thank you, Katie. You know what I do need to do though, because I have an album, like a photo album on my camera roll of all of Hangman's lower thirds. I think I need to do that, but of all the tweets I've screenshotted from Hangman, because I think I do have like over 100 or something, because that dude was a legend on Twitter. I'm so sad that he's gone. He would tweet the most random stuff, and it was hilarious. So
I
I think I
mean,
need to go
can you
through all
really
my
blame him
picks,
for
and
leaving though?
I don't blame him at all. I don't blame him in the slightest for leaving Twitter. The Bucks have kind of left Twitter themselves. They didn't delete their accounts, but they haven't posted since June, like Father's Day. So, and Kenny rarely tweets. I know he's kind of like a sparingly tweeter himself, like tweets sparingly, but no, he's
Hmm.
really like, taking a step back, which I don't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, Twitter.
Or am I
If I didn't have all the friends I had on Twitter, then it'd be
That
game
is
over.
true. But also I do get a lot of like news from Twitter. I know that's not the best place to get
Mhm.
news, but because people are talking about it, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, Twitter and TikTok. That's the news. That's my news source.
I don't use TikTok, so I have a TikTok, I just don't use it. I tried to get into it, I couldn't.
The Tiki
I'm
Talkie
trying to figure
is
out
so fun.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out why I'm like so glitchy. I
Laggy.
wonder if I yeah. I wonder if I turn off my face cam. Can I turn off my face
Yeah.
cam?
He said,
What's up, Will?
"Ladies,
I'm a
Will,
little
surprise!
glitchy.
What's the occasion?"
I'm a I'm
Um,
a glitch.
I have shit to do tomorrow, and I forgot. So, surprise.
I also have shit to do tomorrow, actually. It's not like during showtime, but I would have had to leave right after. And that was, there's a wrestling show. It's on Thursday again instead of Friday. I
There
don't
you
know
go.
why. I don't know why. Sometimes this is the second time it's happened where they do Thursday instead of Friday. I don't know why that is, but I'm not going to complain because
Yeah,
now I have Friday off.
yeah. Like, I I work tomorrow, and then I'm staying at my friend's house. A, it's her birthday,
Ah.
and B,
Ooh.
Friday is her mom's last day of chemo, so I'm going down there with them.
Oh my
So,
goodness. She's in remission or she's going to be in remission? Like,
so last day of chemo, and then I believe radiation stuff, and then she has a surgery on September 9th. Don't ask me what the surgery is because I forget.
and also it's none of our business. So this is your friend's mom.
Yeah, but I mean, she won't care if I say any of those.
Oh.
But yeah, so because the rest of her kids, like my friends, brothers and sister, they're all in school. So
Oh,
I was like,
gotcha.
well, I called off work. I'll be there. I'm basically one of her kids, so I'll be there.
Aw.
Support. It's what I do best.
That is
It's
what
what
you
I
do best.
do.
You're like best supporter of us.
Best supporting actress. Katie Kinsey
Yeah.
Bebe at service.
Oh my god, you know what I watched? It was completely out of order though because my sister was watching it and I just kind of happened to step in. The Johnny Depp Amber Heard docu-series. Oh my god, it is so good. And I was like, I stepped in to like, because she was watching in the TV room and I just happened to peep in. She was like halfway or a little over halfway done with the second episode and there's 3 episodes. So and I watched this like the second part of the second episode and the third episode. It was so good. I need to rewatch the entire thing from start to finish, but it was good.
Again,
yes.
I watched it all through TikTok memes, and it was so fucking funny.
Well, yeah, I remember the memes like with Amber Heard and stuff, and my dog stepped on a bee. Or like in the docu-series, of course they're using footage from from the trial, and she's literally like sobbing, but there's no tears coming out. I'm like, dude, when I'm a sobbing mess, all the times I've called you and I'm a wreck, tears are just pouring from both eyes. Like if I'm trying to fake cry, if I was trying to fake cry and stuff, when I try to fake cry, I usually make myself, because I used to take theater like in middle school. I would think of something very sad, and then of course it would make me cry. But it was only through my right eye. Only my right eye would cry, but it would work. There would be a tear. But when I'm like actually sad and need to just let a good cry, again, tears are just pouring, and not a single goddamn tear was falling from that woman's face.
Yeah. We got Jesus here. We got Jaxpo here.
I know. I'm the reason we're late. Yeah, because I lost track of time because I was talking to my mom. And then Katie sent me the link and I was like, there's no fucking way it's... Because I had to stop watching Dynamite early because my mom's like, we need to talk about like some college stuff. Nothing bad, but we were just checking financial aid crap because I start next week. And so while we were doing that, we're looking over financial aid, see what was covered. Luckily, everything's covered. All my tuition's covered. Thank fucking God for that. But while we were doing that, I noticed Katie sent me the link and I was like, I don't even have fucking makeup on. So I was like, shit. So I was like, okay, Mom. I was like, we'll have to like finish this up later because I need to record and I need to go to my dad's to do that. And I don't even have a face of makeup on. So that's why my eyelashes look so short because I just threw on mascara. There's literally no fake lash. This is the most plain I've seen. That's why I wore red lipstick. Not just because there's some red on my shirt, because I'm sexy, but because it will probably distract from my eyes. Now, it's kind of working.
Jesus said, oh, she's starting 3rd grade next week.
Yes, I'm starting 3rd grade next week. But yeah, like I was like, my hair was in a freaking bun from the gym. I have like messy hair. I'm wearing the same leggings I wore at the gym. I need to shower. TMI, I know, but yeah, I was a bit in a rush. I'll shower when I get home. But yeah, exactly. Like gym hair. I have gym hair, but because you can't see like to the bottom and because it's behind me, I'm getting away with it. So.
And that's all right.
I don't like how glitchy I am. Can I try leaving and coming back really quick?
Yeah, if you want to, that's fine.
Okay, let me try that because it's really bothering me. So let me try that. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to leave really quick, guys. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to see what the hell's up. All right. Let me leave studio.
And now it's just me. Hello. Gym Tan Podcast. That's, hey, Gym Tan Laundry. Gym Tan Podcast. Yeah, it's on her end. I have a thunderstorm right now, so I'm just trying to get through this as fast as humanly possible. Because, like I said, I got shit to do tomorrow and Friday. I won't even really be home until like Friday night. So, plus I'm still a little sick. And it's great. So, just waiting for her to pop back up down here. Worst case scenario, I fly solo, if need be. It is what it is. Fuck, I'm tired. I feel like my lymph nodes are swollen again. Is it hot over there? Actually, it's like cooled down surprisingly in PA. It's not too terrible right now. Monday was like brutal, hot, and gross.
Better? Okay, not really, but oh well. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
not really.
make a big fuss. I was a little scared because I was like, maybe I just need to disconnect from the Wi-Fi and reconnect again. And then it was taking long to connect. So I was like, shit, did I just fuck everything up for myself? But then it connected, and I was like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. I'll be glitchy. It's not the first time I've been glitchy.
Yeah, it's all right.
Is it hot over there? No, it's actually overcast and beautiful. It was so nice today outside. I walked to the gym because I was like, it's so nice and overcast. And that's perfect weather to me when it's nice and overcast. So I was like, oh, I'm walking to the gym. And I did, and it was perfect because I didn't even break a sweat because of how not hot it was outside. It is literally 70 degrees outside. Like just 2 weeks ago, we were still in the 90s this late at night.
Yeah, it's thankfully shit's like calming down.
Yeah.
Like heat wise.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, Katie. I'm ready to start when you are.
Alright, let's do this. Hello to all my guys, girls, gays, theys, and everybody in between. Welcome to the She Elite Showcase. I am your hostess with the mostest, the shaman of She Elite, the hardest working woman in podcasting, Miss Katie Kinsey Bay.
Baby.
Joining me, my laggy, lovely co-host over here.
Probably because it's Wednesday. If it was Thursday, different story.
Exactly. We are filming Wednesday night. For those who are wondering, we'll explain more in a minute. My lovely co-host to my left, I guess. I don't know. Things are flipped. The Young Bucks Nation sensation, the fire-breathing, the Rhodes family, and the spice of life, the sassiest senorita that I know, the hangman Adam Page, to my widow Adam Cole Bay, Miss Y2 Garcia Savannah. How are you?
Doing good, Katie. Doing good. I almost didn't make it, but here I am. Because
as you can see, Savannah's the reason we're late. Is the little lower third.
I'm the reason why we're always late, but mostly the reason we're late today, and I'm usually the reason we're late anyway. But yeah,
that's okay because you know people can catch us live in two places: Twitch.tv/She Elite Showcase, or if you're feeling fancy, YouTube.com/She Elite Showcase. And on both of these, you can catch the VOD after the fact. YouTube's will be there forever. Twitch is only there for about a week. So play your cards right. And I
go to YouTube.
Yeah, go to YouTube, watch the videos, subscribe, like, do the things. Follow us on Twitch. Thanks in advance. I did get a Patreon set up for the most part. I just got to finish a few things, and I will set that up. So next week, that will be included in all of things we get to talk about. Also, I am still a little sick. It sucks. These steroids that they gave me for that middle ear infection didn't really help. So I've been taking cold medicine every single day. Yeah. Yay.
Yay. Ear infections. Ear infections, right? Oh, Katie had to mute herself. Holy shit.
Ooh. Yeah. That's why I like StreamYard now, because it's easy to mute myself when I have a coughing fit and my lungs want to break. But we're not here to talk about my illness, or anything like that. We're here to talk about, among other things, All In It, Bruv, which is the name of the episode, by the way.
Nice, all in it, bro. I mean, Will Ospreay was on tonight, so
exactly. But before we get to all in stuff, which is all the question of the week stuff we'll be talking about, we got some news and rumors. Quite a bit of stuff happened this past week.
right? I was thinking, like, of course, I think something happened on Friday, and I was like, of course this happened, right the day after we freaking record.
Because everything happens on Fridays. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
It's disrespectful, honestly. But what Savannah is talking about is Cash Wheeler's arrest. Yeah, for those who were unaware, on July 28th, Cash Wheeler... Oh, that thunder is shaking my house. Hopefully this goes well.
I know, I could hear that. I was like, what the fuck?
Surprise, it's thunderstorming here. So we're gonna get through this as fast as possible. And it should be fine. As Jesus said, Strapler.
I've seen the memes, they're really funny.
Oh my god. Him and Armed Anderson, it's some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen.
People are talking about like the Bucks, the face-to-face interview, and it shows like the freaking jail, like the phones. Like the phones that you have in jail. It says, that's gonna be how the Bucks are gonna do the interviews.
Honestly, I'm surprised it wasn't at that point.
That was hilarious. Come
on. Basically, what happened is there's an aggravated assault charge with a firearm on Cash Wheeler because there was a, quote, road rage incident. Again, this happened back in July. He was arrested August 3rd, and then he had his arraignment August 18th. He had a $2,500 bond. He had to turn over all of his weapons. He pled not guilty. So he didn't get his passport revoked. AEW is currently not really commenting on it because it's an ongoing legal issue. To my knowledge, and to the knowledge of everyone who's watching All In It, bruv, on Sunday, this match is still happening. Cash will be in London. What happens after that? Who knows? Because that's something to joke about. You had a firearm and you waved it at someone because of road rage. I got road rage as much as the next guy, but I don't own firearms, but even if I did, I wouldn't start waving around at people during a road rage incident. No.
Also, it's okay to have road rage. I feel like it's a very normal, especially American thing, but you keep that shit to yourself, okay? And if you must carry a firearm with you, only do it when you're in a place of, if you're threatened in some way, if you feel threatened. I don't think you should have felt threatened. I don't know what was going on that would make him feel like he had to take out the freaking gun and, assert his dominance, if you will, by showing it off. But it's a crazy incident. I'm here for the memes, but it is a very serious issue. I know people thought that they were going to change up the match regardless of his passport status. Maybe if there are going to, have some sort of punishment for him, maybe wait till after All In It, bruv, because, it is a very big match, and it's not, it's not for him, but for the fans, it is something that, but that being said, I know it also just makes me wonder, if the Bucks win, for example, is it because of that, or was that their plan to begin with? And I know people are probably, especially the Bucks haters, are going to start saying it was because of that, if Cash, didn't do that, the FTR would still be champs. But I'm thinking, I don't know. But it's just something I am going to wonder, if the Bucks do win, is it because of this? Or, especially because it's still an ongoing situation, what if one day Cash just can't show up to work, because of this situation?
Of situations. Yeah, I mean, you're 100% right, though. Regardless of, who was in this match or whatnot, there will be people saying, if the Bucks win, it's because this incident. And that's gonna happen in any type of instance like this.
Yeah, and
So-
they're gonna if that's gonna help them sleep at night and make them like make their rage towards the Bucks, ease up a bit. Whatever. Like they're
And,
not there,
I mean-
so they don't know for sure.
It's that's the thing. Like, it's either Tony Khan's hands are forced and he has to, or this was the plan the whole time. Like,
Yeah,
there's
like
no
who knows?
ifs or
If,
buts
first
about
of all,
it,
we
like-
need to see the match. We need to see the match to begin with. First, we need to see what happens. And
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe FTR will retain. But
perhaps.
I will say the reign has gone a little. I know the best match they've had in the reign, obviously, is the 2 out of 3 falls with Bullet Club Gold. But that's the best match they've had in a while for those titles when they're
Bang Bang
defending those
Twins?
titles. So yeah, the Bang Bang Twins.
Love the Bang Bang Twins. Diego Luna and Muppet from or Animal from the Muppets. You gotta love it.
Dude, Juice is just dare I say a spirit animal because he's just a mood. The way he's all crazy and stuff, I dig
I
it.
love him. He's great.
Yeah.
You know who else I
Juice
love?
Boy. Who?
John Cena.
Yup.
John Cena is making his return again to Friday Night SmackDown next Friday, September 1st. Chew all the horns.
Yeah.
So he will be on SmackDown September 1st, but he also will be wrestling at the India show, Superstar Spectacle, I believe. But from what I've been seeing, that event isn't being televised in any way, shape, or form.
What?
Yeah.
It's a little
I don't
weird.
know, like, I don't know why they wouldn't put that on Peacock like they do with the other India shows and
Or
stuff like that.
unless they're filming it, and gonna release it afterwards. Maybe.
It's very possible. That event is happening next month. I don't remember the date off the top of my head now. I would have to go back in notes to find it. So I guess we will see. Or maybe not, won't see. But John Cena is wrestling the first match in India.
It's a little weird because we normally don't see John Cena, but it's gonna be weird not seeing everyone else either.
I know. It's like, John, what kind of powers do you have now,
Yeah.
my guy?
I know,
Peacemaker doesn't have those powers. It's crazy. Then we got some documentaries coming out. We got a new Angle, Kurt Angle, Pittsburgh's own Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Won a gold medal with a broken neck. Come on. That's Kurt Angle. That's hometown, baby.
Hmm.
My niece goes to I can't remember where she goes to, but with one of Kurt Angle's kids. Yeah.
What?
Hell yeah. Pittsburgh.
Bro, you got to become friends with Kurt Angle now. Tell your friend to have a play date with this kid, and then you just show up.
I keep telling my sister, I'm like, let me take her one day. I will call off work and I will take her so I can see him.
I know, and be like,
Hey,
what?
Kurt,
It's be wearing a Kurt Angle shirt. Yeah. Be wearing a
I
Kurt
have
Angle
one.
shirt. Be like, what a coincidence. There you go. Be like, what a coincidence. Just
I'll
tell
be like,
him you
hey,
suck.
remember when you came back for your birthday on SmackDown? I was there. I got the shirt. Can I have a picture? Can we shake hands? Like, dab it up. But
Put
yeah,
me in the
Kurt
ankle
Angle
lock,
docs.
do it.
But honestly, I'll take it.
Okay.
Put me in ankle lock. Angle slam me through a window. I'll
Yeah.
Yeah, so that comes out next week on the Peacock. And then on Netflix, we're getting a OVW, for those who don't know, that's Ohio Valley Wrestling. It's a documentary called Wrestlers, coming out September 13th. Basically, Al Snow has the company, like that company, and he's trying not to lose it. He's not very good with money. This is according to the documentary preview that they showed. But they did show it's about the history of OVW, who's kind of down there now, and like Al Snow's contribution to everything down there. So that'll be interesting to watch. If people are invested in that, you definitely can go do that. September 13th. It's a few weeks. 2 weeks? I don't know, some weeks. let's see. We had some record-breaking events and ticket
Yes,
sales
we
that
do.
happened. All In It Bruv this Sunday. I believe it's like 87,000 tickets or something like that sold.
I think so. It keeps changing, but then again, people are continuing to buy the tickets. So
Yeah. But it was like breaking news, like breaking records for Wembley for All In It Bruv. And then WrestleMania 40 had the biggest gate open in WWE history. In one day, they sold over 90,000 tickets.
dude, that's fucking insane. And you're one of those 90,000. Katie, you're a statistic. You're a WWE statistic.
I am a statistic. That's me.
I was a statistic, but then all in it, bro. That's my statistic.
Don't you hate it when other statistics beat you as a statistic?
Yeah, it just boils my blood so badly. I allow it to keep me up at night, and I just dread living the rest of my life knowing that another wrestling company did something better than the statistic I'm a part of. So I'm just gonna let this eat at me for the rest of my goddamn life until I have no other choice but to either accept it or just, choose other alternative routes that don't involve, me being here, because it just affects me that much, Katie.
Tribalism.
That's basically how people are on Twitter right now about the whole situation with who could sell more tickets or who has more seats, who's done this. I'm like, dude, who fucking cares?
Jesus said we are statistics, and he too was also part of that statistic.
Yay!
Gus?
What's up, Gus?
Oh, homie. Yeah, like, so hopefully I get to meet Jesus next year at Mania. Shout out. And I just saw a clip today on Twitter about, ironically enough, everyone's favorite rat bastard, MJF, was talking about how tribalism right now is basically just amongst the fans. He said,
yeah,
the wrestlers, like, we want each other to succeed, because the more we bounce off each other, the better wrestling is. And like he said, he watches like LA Knight and Cody Rhodes every single week, and like likes watching wrestling, and it just I just don't understand. People will just watch whatever you want. And
I know, if the wrestlers don't fucking care, why should the fans?
Honestly, hell yeah. Where to next? Oh yeah. So, excuse me. On Friday, this past Friday, Edge, voice crack. Edge had his last contracted match with WWE, celebrating 25 years in the business. But his contract is up. They did not come to an agreement. The rumblings, the rumors, the speculation that is running around rampant on the Twitters right now is that Edge may be heading to AEW. Now, I don't know. Clearly, I am not a full-time journalist. That is not my job to know. Would it be interesting to see? Hell yeah. Christian and Edge reunion. I mean, they already have the fucking Hardy Boys. Sure. No, the nostalgia act, except Edge and Christian can, like, actually still go. Sorry. No dig at the Hardys, like, sure. So that would be interesting to see if that happens. Regardless, I want Adam Copeland, Edge himself, to be happy and healthy wherever he goes. If he's done, he's done. If he wants to wrestle a little more, let him fuck around and wrestle a little more.
Yeah, for sure. But, I was thinking he's probably, because it's a little weird because, whatchamacallit, before the whole situation or the news with his contract came about, as far as, like the news of him not being able to come to an agreement with WWE, before that came out, I was just kind of thinking, it's a little weird that it's just happening on an episode of SmackDown, not pay-per-view, but it was in Toronto, his home turf. So it did make sense in a way. But now with all this stuff, I'm thinking, it makes sense now. Why would he continue as a free agent when you could just end it in your homeland? And at the same time, I'm just thinking, again, whatever he chooses to do, I will not be upset at. But I'm kind of speculating myself, is he going to show up in London? Because I know that's the big thing, people thinking he's going to show up. And at first, I was thinking, there's no way, guys, just stop. He's just retiring. He's talking about how he's, getting older and he wants to watch his kiddos grow up. But now I'm just thinking, if he had some sort of agreement of that he wanted to come to with the WWE, that tells me that maybe he wasn't exactly done yet when the ring. So who knows? Who knows? We can only wait and see on Sunday, which is pretty early on Sunday. I think it's like 11 a.m. my time.
Yeah, it's noon my time, yeah.
Like the actual show or the pre-show?
Pre-show starts at noon my time.
Pre-show starts at noon your time, so that is,
I believe so,
10 a.m. my time. Yeah, so 11 a.m. is when the actual show starts. Yeah. I'm not used to watching pay-per-views in the morning.
Bro, it's going to be so weird.
Well, I guess it is good that it starts in the morning because I have class the next day. I start class again the next day. I'm not ready to start class again.
Damn, that couldn't be me. But before I get into a little bit of all-in related news, we did see today, sadly, on Twitter, that Terry Funk passed away at 79 years old. I was completely shocked by this news. I just happened to be on Twitter, and I saw in a group chat that Terry Funk passed away, and I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. Like, I feel like I just saw something about him, like, not that long ago.
It is crazy because I just started seeing people, post about him. And I was thinking, what the hell? Because, they were talking about, he was such a good person, talking about him, talking about all the good things he's done and what a good person he was. And I was just thinking, what the hell's happening? So I Googled it, and and all on TMZ and all the news stations and stuff, they were saying how he passed away. Oh, man. But 79, dude, that's insane. I know it's, it's a little bit older. A lot of wrestlers have unfortunately passed at a younger age. So, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, 79 is still young.
It is still pretty young. But I just feel like this is a very sad reality. It's one of the older age deaths in wrestling, which is very sad because like you just said, 79 is still kind of young for someone.
And especially for the type of wrestling Terry Funk did a lot, which was like the hardcore wrestling and everything like that. And Terry's legacy will 100% live on through the people he has helped. Obviously, prayers and everything of that nature go to Terry Funk's family, his friends. I couldn't imagine. It's a sad time, but like I said, Terry's legacy will live on in the work that he did and the work that people will do in honor of him. And to round out the little bit of news and rumors, 2 little bits of all-in news. We got Santana and Ortiz returned tonight on Dynamite. I had to watch the clip because I missed it because I was fighting with my washing machine.
I saw your Twitter.
I was in my basement at my fucking washing machine for 40 minutes fighting with it. I'm annoyed.
Oh my God.
I was pissed off. Pissed. But I did see the clip, and Santana looks good. Ortiz looks good. I'm glad Santana's mentally okay because there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. He tweeted about it. But they're heels. They turned on Eddie Kingston, so now they're part of the BBC team at All In. And in that same vein, I did see reports before Dynamite came out today that Rey Fenix, however people want to pronounce his name, was not going to be able to attend All In. So they wrote him off tonight with a beatdown, and now it is going to be a 5-on-5. I will run down the card at the very end when we talk All In stuff. But yeah, excuse me. Things are shaping up because All In It Bruv is on Sunday.
Uh, Crazy. It feels like just yesterday they announced All In. It feels like just yesterday they announced, oh, we're going to the UK. Let alone All In's happening in the UK. So
Yeah, I still think it's done by the way that you're doing All In and All Out 1 week apart, but that's just me.
especially now because I thought, okay, I'm thinking, okay, it seems like whoever isn't doing All In is gonna be at All Out, but then Luchasaurus and Darby Allin are going to be on both shows. They have a match for both shows. So,
Luchasaurus isn't in that match. It's just Christian.
oh, okay, it's Christian.
But
okay,
I know what you're saying.
yeah, and the only other match for All Out so far, and again, it's a week after. Oh, yeah, technically a week.
It's technically next week.
Yeah, we have whatchamacallit. Oh, Miro and Powerhouse Hobbs, and that's all we got. So we'll just have to wait and see who's gonna have their matches at All Out. I will say I don't think the Elite's gonna be there, and this isn't just because. Well, yes, it is just because of what happened last year. I think it is way too soon for them to go back. Given the crowd reaction they got back in what was it, January, or December, so around that time. It was, or I think it was actually November. It was November because I remember I was making freaking pies for Thanksgiving when they were in the Chicago crowd. So it was November, and oh my god, they were ruthless. And I think it will be even worse going back to All Out. The very pay-per-view where all this shit happened. And I was on Brandon's Twitch stream. He didn't officially confirm, like, no, we're not going to be there. But when he was talking about his schedule, because we're going to go to Georgia and then we're going to go to the UK and, this is a long flight. He didn't mention anything about Chicago. He actually brought up, like, oh, we're going to have to, we fly back to Georgia and then we have another 5-hour flight to California. He did not mention anything about Chicago. So I really don't think which I don't blame them. But
yeah,
it almost is like that is kind of like, in a way he confirmed it.
Yeah, I mean, it also makes sense. Like, we talked about it, I think last week. All In is Dynamite and Rampage and a sprinkle of Collision, and All Out's gonna be mainly Collision and maybe a sprinkle of Dynamite and ROH. Like, that's what it's gonna shape up to be.
Which I'm so glad I went to All Out last year. I think I said this last week, maybe. But it makes me so glad I went to All Out last year. It was like the perfect time to go because little did I know shit was going to happen and the Elite were probably never going to want to step foot in Chicago ever again.
Crazy. Who would have thunk?
I know.
Who would have thunk? Did you have any news?
No, because again, I completely lost track of time, so I didn't even have a chance to like think of anything or write it down. I was barely able to write my picks out, so.
It's all good. It's all good. Today in women's wrestling history, today being August 23rd, we're keeping with the tradition. SummerSlam 2020. We had 3 women's matches on the card. We had Bayley, who was the SmackDown Women's Champion at the time, defeat Asuka. We had Mandy Rose defeat Sonya Deville in a loser leaves WWE match. This was when all of the Sonya Stalker stuff was happening. So they wanted to write Sonya off TV and get her away and everything. And then Asuka became the new Raw Women's Champion by defeating formerly known as Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné.
That's crazy.
This was Thunderdome SummerSlam. This was Thunderdome.
That's crazy. Dang it, I should have tried to go for the Thunderdome. One of my regrets is not having gone once to do this.
I went one time.
But it would have been cool because I could say I was at SummerSlam. I've been to SummerSlam.
Yeah. I've been to 2 SummerSlams. I've been to
0 SummerSlams, but once I start making my monies after college and stuff, I'm definitely gonna start trying. Especially because I have no intention of leaving home for a while, especially with like how freaking horrible like the economy is.
Exactly.
I do plan on using some of that money, put it towards savings, and to save for wrestling shows. So
That's what I
it
do.
would be cool. And like, even if it means I gotta fly all the way to like, Detroit or something, so I can meet up with you, finally join you on a pay-per-view, that'd be fucking
A
awesome.
Sheely Showcase live in
and
person.
a vlog. We could do a vlog together.
Oh my god. Crazy.
Yeah.
We'll make it
Like one
happen.
of the goals is obviously this is still at least very well into next year. Like that's the soonest it'll become a possibility. But time goes by really fast because there's something I've learned.
Time's not real. Exactly.
Yeah. But I will say, Katie, I'm just gonna say this, even though it's completely off topic. But if we ever go, or no, I'm gonna be positive. When we go to a pay-per-view together, we're gonna have to like, split the hotel, and we gotta stay in the same hotel room because we gotta like do sleepover and shit. Yeah, and I'll be like, Katie, I'm a morning person, so if you're not, I'll be the one to wake you up. I am a morning person.
Gross.
I am such a morning person. I could, if I have a flight at 4 a.m., I can go to sleep at 1 or even like 2:30 in the morning, and I'll be up and I'll be like, let's go, drive, let's go. All right. And then my
See, if I got a flight that early, I don't even sleep.
My sis, sometimes I do that too, but my point is I could get as little amount of sleep as possible. When I first wake up, I'm like, like so like fresh and
Gross.
yeah, I know. And my sisters think I'm crazy because I'm the only morning person. I'm the only one who's in a good mood in the morning. I'm like, all right.
No, I am a miserable little bitch in the mornings.
Yeah, so see, we need each other, You'll keep
I'm
me
a
awake
night
at
owl.
night. You'll help me stay up so I don't fall asleep on the ride back to the hotel, and then I'll wake you up in the morning and be like, come on, Katie, let's go.
I thrive in the darkness. Maybe I'm a vampire.
You're Batman. Yeah. All right. Sorry, didn't mean to get off topic. I'm just excited for when I can start. I'm just excited for when I can make my own monies because, I get to spend it on not just on myself. I would like to spend it on others as well. Don't get me wrong, but it means I can go on more trips. And if Katie's there, it'll probably be a little more, possible because my mom's always like, you're not doing this shit by yourself. But I'm like, look, Mom, I have this friend, the friend I do my podcast with. She's, more of an adult than I am. She's, 26. Right, Katie, you turned 26.
I'm 27, but thank you.
27. Oh, there you go. No, 2020 doesn't count. You're 26. So, yeah. So I feel like if she knows, you're a trusted adult who's 27, even though it's actually 26, I think it would make her feel a little more at ease. So
yeah, I mean, and I like completely understand that. And like before we get into like our wrestlers of the week and stuff, I mean, sidetrack. My mom's again. I am 27. But when I started first traveling by myself, I was 25. So my mom even still was like very worried about me like going places alone. And I did have to remind her I am meeting with people that I have been talking to for 2+ years at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when I went to Vegas the first time, Reek and TC. When I went to Chicago, Matt, I almost said Rick again. Matt, Vince, Just, Jizzy, Benji, like.
Mm-hmm. Like, I just can't wait to finally be to be able to do that as well,
Your time will come, baby. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. That's what
I'm waiting for it. That, and so there's that, doing a pay-per-view with you, of course. And then I want to do Double or Nothing, and I want to take Brooke and Jaylee with me. And if I have to freaking cough up the funds, I will fucking do it, especially if I'm making some money on my own. So
there you go. There you go.
That's just me. It's just me dreaming. Okay, so we can move on now. Dreamland's over.
Dreamland's over. Wrestlers of the Week time. I believe it is my turn to go first. Start with my tag team, of course. NXT Heatwave was this past Tuesday. I'm gonna go with the team that won. I'm gonna go with Dragon Lee and Lyra Valkyria. They defeated the Judgment Day, my lovely Rhea Ripley and Dirty Dom. It was a hell of a match. I loved it. I love the fact that they're showcasing Lyra in this fashion. Now, Dragon's probably going to be the next contender for the North American Championship. They're building stuff in NXT. I'm always about it. And like I said, it was a great match. Had a great time. Raquel had to stick her nose in business where it didn't fucking belong. But I digress. So yeah, Dragon Lee and Lyra Valkyria are my pick.
Nice. All right. I have one, and I have an honorable mention. It was going to be the Elite, but the match never happened, so it can't be the Elite because they didn't even have a fucking match. But I will say just a little shout out to them because Kenny Omega finally gets the upper hand in a freaking battle, you know. I don't want to say feud, like what an altercation, a physical altercation. He finally gets the upper hand over Takeshita, Jay White. Finally, after months of, you know, always accepting defeat, he ends up on top. Good for him. But my tag team is Damage Control. I know they didn't win, but I was just like, sorry, Bianca, I love you, but Charlotte is a deal breaker. Okay, so, and I love me some Damage Control, so I was really hoping they'd win, but whatever. So they're my picks because I think they should have won, and they don't. But you know what? They don't need to win because Damage Control fucking rocks.
Damage Control on top.
Yes.
Which last year at SummerSlam is when they debuted like as a faction, and that's
did you see that? You saw that live?
No, that one was Nashville, so I didn't go to Nashville.
Okay, I don't. What SummerSlam were you at? Because I know you were at this year's, obviously, but you were at another SummerSlam.
This one and then Vegas 2 years ago.
Gotcha. Okay, I just had trouble keeping track. But yeah, okay.
I know you're telling me. Listen, I got notifications on my time hop that I was in Vegas 2 years ago at this time. And I was just like, oh, my heart, that's fine. And now I'm here.
Dude, I mean, when my Instagram reminded me that a year ago today, I found out that I was going to meet Hangman. And now it's almost a year since I've met him. And I'm like,
there you go.
I want to meet him again so badly. And that's why I want to do Double or Nothing. He's always at Double or Nothing. So I would love to go meet him at Double or Nothing. Wear one of my Hangman jeans. And, you know, with the big gold belt, like, not the AEW belt, like the actual freaking belt that he wears.
And not the World Heavyweight title. Not that big gold. The other big gold.
No, yeah, exactly. So I was like, oh, I really want to beat him again. I look back at our video and just like, I'm thinking like, how the fuck did this happen almost a year ago? So, but yeah, anyways.
It's not real.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not.
That's why. Oh, god damn it. It's my turn, right?
Yes, for woman's. Okay.
My woman's. Raise your hand if you're surprised. It's Rhea Ripley and Candice LeRae. I give it to both.
Yeah.
I give it to both women. They are the thumbnail. And then I just put All In It Breath on top of it. Yeah. But I love Candice, and I obviously love Rhea. I like the fact that they showcase Rhea as a dominant force and gives quote unquote squashes. And you know, the internet complains, as they always do. And that's fine. You can complain all you want, but she is the champion. She is having matches. She is in the top faction technically right now. Tough shit.
And I was going to say, you know, I feel like it works. This whole squash thing works more with Rhea because she's, you know, she's the dominatrix mommy.
She's a brutalizer.
She's, you know, going to beat your ass. And I feel like if, like, you have someone who, you know, maybe isn't as, like, you know, the same size as Rhea, you know, putting up a good fight, it just kind of, it's like, what? You know, it seems almost unbelievable, you know, like, Rhea's supposed to be the dominant force, and they're booking her as such.
Well, and then people get mad when, like last week, Indy got a little bit of offense, and people were mad. And this week, Candice got offense, and people were mad. Like, do you want squashes, or do you want it to be kind of believable? Because Candice LeRae has fought men. She has fought Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Adam Cole and almost got her back destroyed by Roderick Strong and ate a thumbtack shoe to the face by a young buck.
By Mr. Matthew Massey Jackson. She was the first recipient of thumbtack shoe, okay?
And she's won those PWG titles all by herself. Can you believe?
Yeah. So it is believable for Candice, but whatever. People can complain.
Yeah. I'm an over people. But your turn, my darling.
So she competed tonight. I'm just going with people who didn't freaking win. But Sky Blue, I freaking love Sky Blue. It seemed that they were pushing her, and then they just kind of stopped. And I'm thinking, come on. Like, she's doing so well. She's young. Maybe that's why, because, you know, she does have, like, she is really young. So she's got many years ahead of her in wrestling. But still, I feel like just because people are young doesn't mean that should hold them back from having a title or whatever, you know? because she has a lot of talent. And no, it's not just because of her ass. You know, I'm straight, so I could say that. You know, I could say that she's got talent, and it's not because of her ass. So that's not what's selling me. That's not what's selling me. Okay, it's not her butt. It's her talent. It's her ability, and the fact that they were pushing her, and I was really happy. I am like, I even wrote in my notes, justice for Sky, because I want her to get the push she deserves. So
She probably will after All In and once all of this tag.
I think she
this
should
Fatal
be.
4-Way stuff
I think
comes
she
out.
should win the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Put that title on her.
Oh, her versus Athena. Okay.
Yes, give it to me.
That'd
Give
be
me what I want.
I'd be
Yeah,
down to do that.
That's my womanses for the week.
For my manses, I have 2.
I wonder if we have the same 2. Just go ahead.
Well, I don't know, maybe. One of which, thank you, Chad motherfucking Gable, Kurt Angle's actual son, and I did find out Jason Jordan did produce this match, so American Alpha all the way. Chad Gable is a motherfucking star, proved it, beat Gunther by count up, but it still counts. So that means one step closer to my prophecy coming true and them pulling a how crazy would it be? Hopefully they make it official because so Gable has a match against Kaiser on Monday. Hopefully by Saturday the Gunther Gable match becomes official at Payback, so I get to see it live. Fingers crossed.
Right, come on.
Regardless, Chad Gable is a fantastic wrestler. No matter what people say, I'm just so happy he's finally getting the love and respect and the admiration he has earned in his 10 years in WWE.
10 years already? What the fuck?
Yeah. Fucking ridiculous.
I feel like he just started.
Nope.
Wow, okay. Okay.
Yeah. They said that, and I was like, 10 years. Holy
I was
shit.
12. What the fuck?
Oh, God. Yeah, but Chad Gable obviously is one of my picks. It will always be one of my picks. And then I'm going with the NXT champion himself. He retained in a fantastic match, which was the first time 2 African American males competed in the main event of an NXT pay-per-view PLE takeover. I don't know what they're really calling them. Special. Yeah, it was the first time 2 African American males competed for the NXT title, and it was the main event. It was Mello and Wesley. I gotta go, Carmelo Hayes. He is him. Like the spots in the match were crazy. They really just put their all into that match. They put every single ounce of them in it. Bruv. Get it? We're playing here. It was just such a good match, and I love what they're doing, Carmelo. And now I think it's gonna be Mello and Dragunov. Mm-hmm. Again, they kind of teased Mello and Trick possibly turning, and I said, please, Lord, no, do not let Trick turn on Carmelo. Don't let it happen. But HBK, you son of a bitch, if it happens, I'm coming for you.
I mean, he is one of the ultimate heel turns. You know, him and Jannetty. So I wouldn't keep your hopes up, Katie. I'm sorry if it's you know, HBK's running the ship. I would not
HB Shizzle.
Yeah.
But yeah, my picks, Gable and Mello.
All right, so we didn't have the same picks. Well, one of them, and Chad Gable was one of my picks because he technically did beat Gunther, and you know, you did prophesize it, so I got really excited because now, and again, it should happen at, you know, what pay-per-view? Oh yeah, Payback. That's where it should happen. So I think your prophecy is gonna come true, Katie. So I got really excited, and again, it was a good match, and he's really, you know, he has always shown his potential, but they're finally recognizing it. Yes. So good for Chad Gable, you know, give him applause. So he's one of my picks, and I had 3 picks. My other 2 are from the main event of SmackDown, of course. Edge, his last match, and what better person? Well, I'm nothing against Sheamus, but maybe there could have been other opponents, but Sheamus absolutely fucking killed it. So you know what? Maybe I do stand by when I say what better person, because that match was fucking fantastic, and it just shows that, you know what, give Sheamus a push too, guys. And I know Sheamus has talked about on a podcast or whatever, or in an interview, that he's really, you know, not happy with the way Roman's being booked because there's so many people, so many wrestlers that could have a world championship run, but can't because of the whole bloodline story. And at this point, can't you just, maybe I'm wrong, but can't you just continue the story without Roman having the titles? Obviously, that'll be a pivotal point in the storyline, but there's so many other talents that could have a world title, also have a legitimate feud with the title, defending it and stuff.
Yeah.
And the bloodline can still continue their storyline without the title, because again, it literally bloodline, blood feud. Come on, it can happen. It's possible. So, and that being said, Sheamus does deserve another world title, and I hope that hopefully soon he will get it, because he always tweets this, and I know this because for some goddamn reason I have his tweet notifications on. He's always tweeting banger after banger after banger after banger, which he does. That's what he produces, bangers. So I'm hoping that this match kind of showed that, hey, this guy deserves a championship, like a world championship. Let's give it to him.
I mean, if we can't give him a world title, let's give him the IC title, make him the Grand Slam champion. All saying.
That is true. That is very true.
Do what you gotta do, people. Do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
And now, guys, gals, non-binary pals, we're at the question of the week. It's all in it, bruv. In it. Here we go.
All in it, bruv.
So I'm gonna run down the card of what has been officially been made official, and then we're gonna do what we normally do for this kind of stuff. We'll shout out predictions, anything we think like surprises that's gonna happen, any like debuts, returns, etc.
Yeah.
So to start it off at 0 hour, we have Aussie, oi, Aussie Open, Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher defending the ROH tag team titles against everyone's favorite rap bastard, MJF and Adam Cole. Bay. And I'm just going in order of how Wikipedia has it. So this isn't officially going to be the card order to my knowledge. But next we have the AEW World Tag Team titles. We have FTR, Dax and Cash, taking on the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. We have the AEW Women's World title in a 4-way match. Hikaru Shida is our champion, taking on Toni Storm, which, by the way, love the character she's doing now.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Mwah. Taking on Saraya and taking on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Sorry, excuse me. Then we have a tag team coffin match. Darby Allin and Joker Sting taking on Swerve Strickland and now Christian Cage, because Swerve kicked AR Fox to the curb, which was pretty disrespectful, I'm gonna say.
Right.
Like the disrespect. We got a 6-man tag match, as they're deemed on here, the Golden Elite, Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Adam Page taking on Konosuke Takeshita, Jesus, and Bullet Club Gold, or the Bang Bang Twins, as we have called them, Diego Luna, Animal from the Muppets, Jay White, Juice Robinson.
Yeah, I forgot. You think Jay White looks like Diego who now?
Diego Luna. Everyone needs to look up a picture of Diego Luna and Jay White and tell me I'm wrong. I will wait. Because I'm correct. And I think
an actor.
He is an actor. He's in Star Wars. He's Cassian
Andor. Oh God, okay, this one kind of does. Like, he doesn't even have the beard, but the face. He looks like fucking Jay White.
You're welcome, people. You're fucking welcome.
Like, don't look at the facial hair, or don't look at the hair. Just look at the face. Look at his eyes. Look at his, like, the nose, the facial features. I know it's hard with my light and stuff, but dude, that looks like Jay White. Oh my God. Okay, I see it.
You're all welcome. Everyone thought I was crazy.
Dude, he looks just like him. It looks like Baby J, like, before he grew out the beard and stuff. It looked like if Baby J got a haircut.
And then, well, there's pictures with, like, Diego with, like, a fuller beard, especially when he plays, like, Andor. Listen.
Bro!
Bruv.
This is not full or beard, but the longer hair.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Someone tell me I'm crazy one more time, because you're wrong. Because I'm
I
right.
never said you're crazy, but holy shit, dude.
I'm not saying you, I'm just saying people in general. Y'all who say I'm crazy.
She's not crazy. JY is in fucking Star Wars. And dropped my phone.
Now she's out here throwing stuff because I had
know,
her
right?
show.
I'm throwing my right. Oh my god.
Anyways, back to the All In It Bruv card.
Yeah.
We have the Stadium Stampede, which is now a 5-on-5. Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy, and Best Friends, you know, Chuck Taylor, Trump Beretta, taking and Penta El Stado Miedo, taking on the BBC or the BCC,
Yeah.
John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Utes, Wheeler Yuta, and Santana and Ortiz, Proud and Powerful. Oh, I'm so excited. A singles match. William Ospreay with John Callis, Ocean Spray, taking on Chris Jericho, the Ocho, for the quote-unquote real world championship. CM Phil. Bless you.
Thank you. I muted myself so I do.
I still heard it.
Oh, damn it. Okay. I muted my mic, though.
You can just mute yourself on StreamYard.
But it was easier to just press it here. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. But
that's alright. It happens. Yeah, for the quote-unquote real world championship, CM Phil taking on Samoa Joe. Which, side note, if nobody has watched Twisted Metal yet, do it. Samoa Joe's fantastic. I'm 4 episodes in. Hell of a show. Very excited.
Where can you watch it? Oh, okay. I'll go watch it.
It's on the cock, guys.
It's on the cock.
That's what it's called. For the AEW World Trios titles, we have the House of Black, Malachi, Buddy, and Brody taking on badass Billy Gunn and the acclaimed Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. And in the main event, this we know for certain, for the AEW World Championship, the Triple B, everyone's favorite rat bastard, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, taking on Adam Cole, baby. Whew. All right. What do you predict will be your favorite match of the night?
Probably a little biased here, but I mean, this was the match of the night at Full Gear 2020, and I'm going with the Young Bucks and FTR. They absolutely killed it. But it is hard because you have things like Stadium Stampede, you have, the main event. So it is really going to be hard, especially depending on where in the card they put the Bucks. If it's like the second match, that could definitely break their chances of having match of the night. But those two, despite, I know they cleared the air, but still, there's still kind of a little bit, maybe sort of some animosity there, question mark. I'm not sure. Because they, even before the whole All Out situation happened and the FTR, and FTR was, vouching for Punk and stuff, mostly Dax. But before all that, they've talked about how they feel like the Bucks, if they don't put us over, like that, they've had a problem with that. Yeah. And I'm thinking, well, if you're the best tag team that you claim to be, you wouldn't need the Bucks to put you over, but whatever, man. But despite that, they do really well in the ring together, even though their style of wrestling is completely different,
Mm-hmm.
They, FTR's, no flips, just fists. And I've seen the memes, no flips, just like Glocks or whatever the fuck. People are making all these memes with FTR because of the Cash Wheelers incident. And the Bucks are, more high flying styles. People call it that dance routine. I'm like, why? Like, why call it that? Because I guess because of the flips and stuff. But I'm being,
I mean, they're both art.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never really understood what people's problem is with different types of wrestling. Because I don't really even have a preference. I do like the Bucks, but it's not just because because of the way they wrestle. Because there's other wrestlers. Prime example, I love Bret the Hitman Hart. His style of wrestling completely different from the Bucks wrestle now. So I've never really had a wrestling preference. I just enjoy
Yeah.
wrestling and watch, I just watch it. But the fact that people are so triggered by it, it baffles me, quite frankly, because I'm thinking it's just wrestling. If you really think wrestling should be the way it was like back in the 80s, then go on Peacock and go stream your 80s wrestling there, because it's not going to change. Sorry, it's not. It's not going to go back to the way it was. But whatever. So they're probably a contender. Actually, Stadium Stampede could be like something a lot at once, so maybe not. I'll still say FTR and the Bucks. Maybe the main event, because I do have a little prediction of what might happen after. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, mine 100% is Max Adam. That's the match I've been looking forward to the most.
Better than you,
It's
baby.
My favorite, least favorite tag team that has come to fruition. Just watching the story bubble and brew, and Adam's probably going to be the one to turn, and then we really see the devil that Max can become, because his faith in humanity is lost, because someone he thought was his true friend turned his back. The story they can tell with this is going to be amazing. So, I mean, you brought up...
because before... Oh, sorry.
Okay, good.
Oh, sorry, because it was about the match. But, because before they became a tag team and best friends, as they like to call each other, I was really convinced, especially after their first match together, and Adam Cole was like, 5 more minutes, give me 5 more minutes. I thought for sure at All In, it was going to just be a rematch, and, MJF would still be a heel, Adam would still be a face, and Adam Cole would win it. But now, I'm not exactly sure that's going to happen. My prediction is either for some reason that happens, but it doesn't seem like, I don't think that's, the best choice if that does happen. I honestly don't think that's how it should go. Well, I think will happen. My little prediction, but my predictions are usually wrong. So, but my prediction is Max, they're going to lose the tag title, or not lose the tag titles, they're not the champions, but they're not going to win them. They're not going to win the tag titles. And it's going to kind of cause, because they've already shown they have cracks, since the beginning they've had cracks, and they're dynamic, if you will. But I think that's really going to just break. Those cracks are just going to get bigger and bigger after that match. And then I think Max will retain, whether it's clean or by some shady shit. Regardless, I think Adam Cole is not going to be happy. He's going to pretend to be happy for Max, and then I think he's going to turn on him, and then we're going to get the official rematch at Full Gear, and that's when Hangman will win. So that way, maybe if that happens, that means Max will be the longest reigning AEW World Champion.
Hangman will win at Full Gear?
Did I say Hangman? I meant Adam Cole. Oops. I was thinking
trying to put her cowboy into my man's match. How dare you?
Yeah. Sorry, I am so sorry. I didn't even catch myself saying Hangman. You know what? Probably because
I sat here for a second. I said Hangman.
I did not even catch myself. I didn't even notice. Like, I'm gonna have to go back and watch, because I did not even catch myself saying that. I am so sorry. I mean Adam Cole, baby.
Oh, but so
yes, Adam Cole's going to win it at Full Gear, which will make Max the longest reigning AEW champion in history. I know people are saying it's CM Punk, but fuck that shit. No, it's not. He got the title taken from him, so no. His title reign ended the same day the friggin' Elite's Trio Tag Team title ended the first time. So yeah, I think that's probably what's gonna happen.
It's very possible. What do you think any do you think we're gonna see any like debuts at All In It?
Maybe Edge. Maybe Edge, because he's officially a free agent, and there's speculation, so who knows? Mm-hmm. Returns? I was expecting Santana and Ortiz, but it happened tonight, so that's kind of off the table now. Um, could you quickly repeat to me really quick who is in the best friends side of the match, like on that side of the Stadium Stampede match?
Yeah, so it's all three best friends, Cassidy,
All three of them,
Trent,
okay.
Chuck, Penta, and then Kingston.
Okay. I was thinking because I was like, is the international title being defended? But no, because Orange is in the match. I just wanted to make sure of that. I don't know who could show up if I'm being totally honest. Um, I'm always bad with this. I'm trying to think who's out right now, who's hasn't been here for a while.
Well, there's a lot of people out right now. Like, and people who are missing, like Pac is out and missing All In. Jamie Hayter's out and missing All In. There's another
Jamie
name
Hayter
that
would
I'm
be cool
missing.
to see. Jamie Hayter, it would be cool to see her come back at All In,
Oh
especially
yeah,
so she could
like
at least
even
have
if
a
she just
moment in
shows
front of
up,
her.
yeah,
Yeah. Even if, like, for example, if Britt wins, even if she just shows up to show her support, you know? Kind of like the way Dakota did for this guy. But I'm so mad at myself for thinking of this.
What?
I think Ace Steel's coming back, and he's going to cost Samoa Joe the match. Because apparently this happened a while ago, but apparently he was not only rehired, but compensated, like paid for all the time he missed. And I was like,
Who?
Ace Steel.
Oh, the biter's coming back? No way.
Yes! Can he run? Honestly, look, I don't give a
Hide
if he
your
comes back, but
your
the fact,
thighs, hide your arms. The biter's coming
yeah.
back.
Look,
Oh,
bring him back. I don't fucking care because he's just gonna be on Collision with Punk, which I don't really get to catch Collision as much as like I get to catch Dynamite because I'm usually busy on Saturdays. So fine, whatever. But what pisses me off more is the fact that he was paid for his time off, and I'm thinking like, does this dude this dude just gets to bite the EVP of the company and literally basically face no punishment? You got paid. You're coming
He's
back.
a white man in
so-
America, Savannah. That's what happens.
Bro, Tony Khan, go fucking watch Barbie, okay, and then change your mind. Go fucking
Yeah,
watch
Ace Steel's
Barbie.
got his Mojo Dojo Casa house over there. Like,
Bro, I know. Ironic though, because you know it's Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa house.
I'm trying.
Big side,
maybe
but I
we
do
see
think he might come back.
Maybe we see a Keith Lee appearance at All
That
In
would be
or
good.
All Out.
I'm trying to think because do you think they're really trying to push Punk as a babyface? Like, do you think like they're really trying to get him as babyface Punk? And this is I'm not even trying to be an ass. I'm literally just asking because I do have a prediction if that is the case. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say, like, honestly, I have no idea. He seems very
'Cause-
tweener-ish right now.
Yeah, he seems like very in between because it's almost like, you know, he does like, you know, he got all mad when you know, when Ricky Starks beat up who was the referee? I'm blanking on the name. Steamboat, yeah, Steamboat. When he got all pissed off, you know, that's such a face thing to do. But then he also, you know, I don't think a face would do the whole like, you know, with the whole spray paint on the title and stuff and complain about, you know, I feel like if you were a true face, you would kind of go the Cody Rhodes route and be like, gotta finish the story, you know, like this was just a roadblock stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if they are trying to push him towards more being a baby face, then what if this is like the year of, you know, mentors turning on their, you know, younglings that are not so young. But Ace Steel pulls a Don Callis and he turns on CM Punk. You know, like what if he shows up and kind of like what Triple H did to Seth Rollins for when the Universal title was on the line after Finn relinquished it? Like what if Ace Steel shows up making Punk think like, oh shit, you know, he's got my back. Ace Steel's here to help me. And he fucking does it. And he turns his back on Punk and he helps Samoa Joe instead. Like, I feel like that would really add some like, you know, drama to But also, I don't want people to complain, and I can cut. And they would have a little bit of a valid reason if they're basically doing the same thing with, you know, Don Callis and ACL. It's a very similar storyline. You know, the mentor turning, and then that's like part of the
Yeah.
story. But it would be interesting. Well,
Yeah, interesting is a good word. They probably wouldn't do that because of everything that has happened with Phil and Steele. But it would be cool to like have Ricky like interfere in some capacity in the match and cost Phil.
I wouldn't mind that because not only would Punk lose, but Ricky would have some sort of involvement in All In, and then maybe you could have Punk versus Ricky at All Out. Maybe if like Ricky tries to interfere and it doesn't really work, Punk will still retain, and then you can have the match. But then I don't know because I would say have Ricky win against Punk at All Out, or even have Punk win. But you want Punk to win, and if he's gonna have to have that BS title with him, maybe don't have him lose it. It's hard because it is for the real world championship. So I'm like,
yeah, I mean, how they go about that is going to be tricky. How many, if any, title changes will we see at All In It?
Honestly, okay, so I think the tag titles might change hands.
Okay.
I honestly 2. I could see the tag titles changing hands. I could see the women's championship changing hands. I honestly think Soraya's taking it because it's UK, and she's been back. Do I agree with it? Probably not. If it were up to me, probably just have Shida retain it, considering she just won the title. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what direction they're going with this. I really do not.
Yeah, for the love of God, do not put the title on Saraya. Please don't. I have in my brain Triple B goes Adam Cole due to shenanigans in any capacity. The women's title's iffy. Again, a lot of factors could play into what they do. Because of like the whole badass Billy Gunn thing, it kind of makes me think the Tria titles are changing hands, which they shouldn't.
I forgot about that match, but I don't think they should, and I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either, but like a sick part of me is just like, but what if they do? It's like, do it. Like, fuck off, Palpatine.
Okay, this might not make you too happy, Katie, but maybe you just kind of like you avenge what should have happened on All Out last year. So if they don't win it All In, just have a rematch at All Out, and that's when they win.
How dare you?
They should have won at All Out, Katie. The crowd was so like they wanted their claim so badly.
I understand,
but
yeah. So the other titles, maybe
it's very hard to determine. It's something that's hard to predict.
Yeah, especially with Tony Khan, and he did say he has gone on record. It was I think during the media call. Like I wasn't on it, but I saw people who were. He said he was making or gonna have to make changes to the card. Like quickly and soon. I don't know in what capacity he was doing it or what he will be doing to change it, but I think it said it didn't involve the tag titles and it didn't involve the main title. So I don't know what he's doing. If he already did it, like including Christian in the match, I don't know what his plan is.
And I guess it is good not to specify so people don't, have it linger, but also it is probably gonna still linger in the back of my mind, but
oh yeah, I mean, we're never gonna know.
Did he specify how big the changes were gonna be? Or did he just say changes had to be made? Because I feel like with Rey Fenix and Christian, I feel like those were little pretty small changes, like none of them were for a title. None of them were for a title or anything. Yeah. So, and I think the big one was like people thought was gonna be the tag title match because of Cash Wheeler, but it wasn't the case. So,
yeah, All I remember is him saying changes to the card. I don't remember him specifying anything else really. I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out on Sunday what happened.
Yeah.
God, crazy. I still have to pay for that fucking pay-per-view. God damn it.
I know. I'm gonna try to give you half, Katie. It's just this month has been absolute hell on my wallet. Like I'm digging into my savings for some shit for school and stuff. I've never been this broke, honestly. So
Dude, same. I dropped almost $900 on Mania tickets. I am poor.
$900? Oh my god, Katie.
For 2 nights. 2 nights. Let's specify.
Oh, okay, but still, that's kind of a lot. That's almost like almost $500 each. But yeah, I'm just like,
yeah. Well, I mean, it was only that high, mainly because of fees and shit. Cause
oh, that is true. That is true.
So.
But yeah, I'm just so broke. I will try. I promise. All Out though, I don't even think I'm gonna watch. Maybe if I must illegally, because I have no interest in All Out. Like,
I just wish. That's what I'm saying. Like, get on a fucking streaming service, TonyCon, and we'll squash it. But if you're gonna keep doing this back-to-back pay-per-view bullshit, fuck right off. You're not getting my money anymore.
Yeah,
I'm sick of this.
It's ridiculous.
That's
yeah, because
like where did the comment go? Oh, I just think it's Tony's ass. It's ass. Tony wants to give us $100 in 1 week for 2 pay-per-views.
That's fucking ridiculous. That is like you should have at least done a 2 for. You should have done a 2 for 1, or just again get on a streaming service. You know, instead of doing Collision bullshit and working shit out with Warner Bros, you should have been working on a deal with a streaming service where you could put your goddamn pay-per-views. You know, do it on fucking Hulu. They do live shit all the time.
Max is right there.
Exactly. Like
it's owned by fuck off, Tony. All right.
No, I'm just.
You know what, guys? This has been the episode.
We're mad right now. We're mad at Tony Khan.
Tony Khan can kiss my ass. I'm over it.
He's not even Booker of the Year.
Damn sure ain't Booker of the Year. We are. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We appreciate y'all. Savannah, plug yourself. Tell them where they can find you. All the jazz.
You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter. I guess Threads too, but I don't really use it. At Y2Garcia _. If there's no underscore, it's not me. That mistake has been made. What I have working on, I do, because this is a very big deal. I am going to make a recap for All In. It will probably be done because it's on Sunday. So maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll do it Sunday night. I'll record Sunday night and edit it on Monday when I get home from class, because I only have 1 class. And then I'll have it uploaded by Tuesday. That's my plan. Hopefully it works out in my favor. But yes, I will do an All In, excuse me, recap. All Out, probably not, because again, I have no unless the Elite are there, which I am pretty goddamn sure they are not. I have no interest in watching. I'm sorry. Like I'll watch the highlights, I'll do something, but I'm not gonna pay. Because I barely might be able to pay Katie half for All In. So there's no fucking way I'm gonna be able to pay for 2 pay-per-views. Yeah. Even half of that. So no. But yeah, that's what I got going on. I will probably post even tonight, as soon as tonight, as of we're recording. Post some clips from some wrestling shows that I'm going to another one tomorrow on Thursday. So yeah, I get some good clips, you know. It's a lot of lucha libre. I wonder why, because I'm in El Paso. But oh my god, those fuckers can fly. Like I got hit last week or the week before I got hit. Because my sister's trying to text me asking about our pugs, and I'm trying to respond back like I'm busy, like please don't text me. And one of them just comes flying at me, like right next to me. My shoulder got hit. I was like, oh my god. And so I had to step aside to text my sister, like, please do not text me right now, because I just got freaking nailed by a dude who's like twice my size, twice my height. So, but it was fun. I was just running around a lot because they were flying a lot towards my end. But yeah, so look out for stuff like that.
All right. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at KatieReston13. The link to your email about to get all things She Leads Showcase, where you can watch us live, typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/She Leads Showcase and youtube.com/She Leads Showcase, where you can find all of the past videos, everything we have done. Next month is our 2-year anniversary
2 years already.
I know. So we will plan something for that. I'll start thinking of some stuff. Like I said, the Patreon's going to be up and running soon. I'm going to get the first podcast
I was
out.
gonna say, if you could just let me know when, because
Yeah.
if I have a clear time, Katie suggested last week I could start posting or like doing videos of like when I do my makeup and stuff. I want to start being able to film them, but if like I want to start when the actual Patreon starts. So
Yeah,
we'll
I mean,
see.
I plan on having it like up, so people can start paying for September.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I just have to like do like a few last minute things on Patreon, but we will talk about that next week, and I'll have everything up and running and links for you, everybody, everything. There's not a whole else lot I can think about plugging besides Jaylan Heal Tactics,
Yes, of course.
our man, the man, the myth, the legend, the mad genius who created all of the music you hear on Sheely in any capacity, as well as Creation World and Young Kings and Getcho and all of our friends, Rivet City Radio, all of our friends he has made music for. So if you need music from him, hit him up. His links, Jesus, are in the description. Guys, I'm tired. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it's already midnight where Katie is.
Yeah,
Past
and
midnight.
I have to let this upload.
Ooh,
and edit it. So it's fine. It's okay. Hopefully I don't feel like garbage next week, guys. I probably still will, but that's my life. We will catch you next time. Until then, bye-bye.